Right. Let's see where we at. Yep, we live. We'll be right back.
Yeah, you know it.
RBG Gumbo mixtape. I love it all.
Shout out to United.
Salute.
Hey. Cognitive dissonance, colonized indigenous minds, bodies, innocence, European participants, Jesus no deliverance, rebellion with militants, culturally different, rape, murder incidents, justice no equivalence, lyrical abolitionists, ancestral reverence, soul music to resonance, mind sharp like elephants, melanin glow, elegance, imperial pestilence, governmental negligence, miracle black excellence, manipulate the elements, formulate with eloquence, spark the social relevance, United States decadence, African-centered preference, my people set the precedence, MCE the delegates, go and check the references, eat it out the sediment, evaporate impediments, this that shit excrement, our story indefinite, saying cover by increments, body temple instrument, tuned into the infinite, over.
RBG Gumbo mixtape. I love it all. Salute.
All right. Peace. Peace and Black African power. Welcome back to the Warrior Scholar Show. I am your host for today. I am Kofi Piesie. We have another lineup today, bringing back my brother to the Warrior Scholar Show. First, I want to say, man, welcome back home, because you done been on here quite a few times, so this is your home, man. So could you please briefly introduce yourself to those who may not know who you are?
Man, appreciate you, Kofi, for having me on, bro. It's Obafemi Kinsiedilele of MCE Soul Music, one half of the group MCE, GSC Community Gardens, Team RBG. We in the building. Arkansas RBGs, y'all know what it is.
All right, man. So before we get into the interview, I always have to run down what a warrior is and what a scholar is, and from my perspective, what a warrior scholar is, right? Y'all please like and share the show. Please like and share the show. Peace, Jakeem. Please, BBN Black News Network. Please like and share the show. Please share the show. It's gonna be definitely an interesting show. But a warrior, simple definition is a soldier, combative one who wages war. A person who engaged in experience in warfare broadly, a person engaged in some struggle or conflict. A scholar, a person who attends a school or study under a teacher, a pulpit, a person who has done advanced studies in special fields, a learned person, a holder of scholarship. A scholar is a person who studies a subject of great detail, especially at a university. All right, when putting the warrior scholar, both words together, we get the warrior scholar. So from my perspective, what I think a warrior scholar is someone who is well studied and waging war against mistruth, pseudoisms, and willing to stand on the battlefield against institutions and platforms that promote that. A warrior scholar is someone who is on a mission for the truth, for accurate and sound information. A warrior scholar is one who is disciplined, good character, morals, and willing to fight back against those who use information dangerously. So that is what a warrior scholar is from my perspective. And this brother that we have on the panel today is definitely a warrior scholar. Y'all gonna see exactly what I'm talking about when we get into it, the definitions. And from my perspective, what a warrior scholar is, he definitely defines what a warrior scholar is. Again, like I want to say, man, I appreciate you for coming back on the platform again. This is your home. And since this is the Warrior Scholar Show, can you name a few of your warrior scholars? Who were some of Obafemi warrior scholars?
Man, that's a good question. I would have to say currently, man, I'm reading it's like consistent study with a couple of these scholars, but in Wale Mubarudi, I'm going through one of his books on a daily basis, man. Like a homeschool So I use a lot of his material teaching, you know what I'm saying, my children, as well as learning myself. Also, I utilize a lot of Amos Wilson's work as well. Man, Anthony Browder, you know, of course, some of the, I'll say one of the contemporaries right now I read is Baba Imhotep. African Manhood, 21st Century is that's a consistent daily read, you know what I'm saying, for me. So I go with those three for right now.
No doubt, man. I definitely got to get back into that Manhood book by Baba Imhotep, man. I hadn't picked it up since he put that book out, but that's a vital key, I think, that all of us need to be inserting into our lives and become practitioners of, man. So shout out to Bob Imhotep, man. But you can't go wrong with none of those scholars, man. Warrior scholars, man. I got a ton of questions, man. I don't know where I want to start at with you, brother. But you know, let's start right here. Let's see. Hold on one second. All right. Your work in the community empowers through gardening, writing, teaching, and hosting of workshops, reflecting the deep commitment to collective uplift. Would you say this dedication is rooted in watching your father coach the community, or your mother work in education, or perhaps both?
Oh man. I would say it's a mixture of both, man. You know what I'm saying? Much love. I just left my mom's house, man. You know what I'm saying? My youngest is over there, but yeah, man. I would say both of my parents have inspired and instilled quite a bit in me. Example wise, of being, you know, of course, family oriented and also community oriented, you know, with my mother being a teacher for over 30 plus years. You know, when I was running the streets, man, I would be out and folks would find out that, who I was. And they were like, "Miss Moss, that's your mama?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, she can make some good chicken spaghetti, and yo, she be cooking in the class and yada yada yada." I'm like, "Oh man, I ain't really trying to hear it right now." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And the same thing with my pops. Like, my pops don't know a stranger. So no matter where we go out of town, it's like my pops, he speak to everybody. It's like everybody know who my pops is. And for a while, like, people wouldn't even call me my name. They just, you Moss son, you Moss son, you Moss boy. You know what I'm saying? So I think my parents have definitely helped inspire the work that I do today as an educator, agriculture. Both of those fields have been very instrumental for me.
No doubt, man. You know, just, you know, listening. You know, I'm a good listener, and I'm a nosy person. You know what I'm saying? I like to dig. You know, when it's so, you know, just me gauging back, man, and looking at like a lot of the things that you do. I think that's why I click with you so much, is the work ethic. We was talking a while back here on one of the meetings we was having. I don't know if it was in the music, the edutainment section, or was it in the media. We was talking about working, and I was telling you that's all I know is work, and you were saying the same thing far as work. You know what I'm saying? You have a impeccable work ethic, man, and you can hit any pocket. You know, you deal with agriculture when we're gardening. You know, you deal with music. You know what I'm saying? You're a public speaker. You're a lecturer. you're a leader, you're a community activist, you know what I'm saying, man? So you definitely out here working. So I'm like, so I wanted to ask that question because I wanted to see, was it, who definitely inspired you to have that work ethic? And as you was talking earlier about your father being a coach in the community, and he doesn't know any stranger and he greets people, and your mother being, a teacher for so many years, you know what I'm saying? Those are community roles, you know what I'm saying, that they are serving. So, I was just wondering, man, was you influenced by both of theirs, man? So I appreciate your answer, man. So can you explain the mission of the Ipet Isut African Institution, and can you share a key principle or lesson you gained from that institution that still guides you to this day?
Yes, indeed, man. So I give much respect and honor to my two primary elders, Adigun Amper and Shimonique Amper of Ipet Isut Afrikan Institute. I was quick story. So my man, it's probably going back to about 2006, 2007. I was dating this sister at the time, and I ordered some books from an online bookstore out of New York. And man, a month passed by, 2 months passed by, man, I ain't got no books. And finally, I ended up getting a call from the bookstore. And I told him, I'm like, yo, man, I done ordered these books. They was like, yo, man, the bookstore been closed for two years now. You know what I'm saying? But the website still works. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm glad y'all called me. It was like, we ain't even got the books. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna send you your money back. These brothers was out of New York. And needless to say, I was looking for some books. So the sister I was dating at the time told me, she's like, yo, it's an African Center bookstore in Pine Bluff. I'm like, man, you gotta be lying. Like, I've been here, this my home. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna tell me it's a bookstore in my hometown. She showed me where it was, and I was like, man, I didn't roll past here 1,000 times, man, loaded. You know what I'm saying? Kicking it in the streets, doing all kind of stuff, man. I'm like, I remember seeing the flag, the red, black, and green flag, but it, you know what I'm saying? I guess it wasn't time for me to actually see it, So, so fast forward like a year or two later, my brother said, the other half of MCE, he was like, yo, I was like, man, he wanted to go to the bookstore. I'm like, bro, let's go to the bookstore. We went in the bookstore for the first time. And I remember he bought the book, African Holistic Health. And you know what I'm saying? We left out, I think that the elder gave me like some handouts and stuff like this, because I was talking to him. He gave me some handouts. So I'm riding. I looked at the handouts. I got said book. I'm over there flipping. I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna be able to borrow this. Like, I got to get my own copy of this right here. You know what I'm saying? So next time I got paid, I went to the bookstore again, and I started building a relationship with the with my elder. And that would led me to joining the study group in 2007. So I've been a member of the study group since then. Prior to that, I was looking into the Nation of Islam, the Nation of Gods and Earths, and stuff like that. And Ipet Isut brought me home, like understanding what Pan-Africanism was. Like, it's just so much I learned what African-centeredness is, more a sense of morality, values from an African-centered point of view. So that trip to the bookstore really changed. It saved my life, man, because I could have been, I would have been somewhere else right now, for sure.
No doubt. What it was a twofold question. Can you what has the institution instilled in you that you still carry with you till today?
It's a principle that my elder always remind me. It is 2 words: keep studying.
Mm.
Keep studying. That's one of the things, you know what I'm saying, is like the more that you learn, the more you learn that you don't know. So having that hunger, that thirst for not just I want to have knowledge, but I there are things that I need to know in order to carry out my assignment, my work while I'm here. So I have to keep learning. I have to keep bettering myself. I got to keep working on myself. And then two is keep your word.
Mm.
Keep your word. My elder stresses that. He said, if you can't keep your word, I don't care nothing about you talking about the pyramids. And if you can't be a man of your word, none of the rest of that stuff really matters. You know, so it's, you know, to me, that those two things really had stood out to me out of all the things that I've learned. Like being about your word, be about what you say you about, and always continue to grow and develop yourself.
That's some great advice, man. That's definitely some great advice, man. You know, keep your word, you know, and keep studying, keep developing yourself, man. You can't go wrong with that at all. Shout out to the elder. Um, as both a writer and a musician, which artistry, whether literary, musical, or both, first inspired you to pick up a pen and begin expressing your voice through storytelling and songs?
Which one inspired me first?
Yeah, which one inspired you, whether it was through the literary or whether through music? Or was it both?
The you know, through school, like, you know, you get a chance to, you know, you got assignments, you got to write stuff and you know, things like that. But just on my own, the music spoke to me first. Like I started writing rhymes at 17. Like, you know, I graduated high school at 17 and I went to the Army. So in basic training, you know, they give you the little notepad and I got the notepad and pen. So, you know, I had, you know, I go to the PX and I was buying music. So I wanted to write letters home. So I'm writing letters. I'm writing, like, and then I'm like, other than writing letters, like, what can I write? And so I started writing. I'm like, oh, I want to express myself in rhyme. So I started rhyming at 17, just writing raps. I ain't had no instrumentals or nothing like that. I just put the headphones on and listen, and I'm just writing to other folks' songs at 17. But I would also say that my love for literature, again, I can attribute to my parents. With my mother, I can remember my mother reading to me and my brothers at a very young age. You know, we had bookshelves, we had different types of literature in the house. I saw my father buy the newspaper. Like my father got the newspaper every day. You know what I'm saying? I seen my father read the newspaper. I saw my father get the final call. So I was reading the final call at 11, 12, 13 years old, you know, and he put it down. I go pick it up. So that literary piece has been there. And working with children, I think that's what sparked me wanting to write, you know, my first book, like just working with children and how do I translate this information that I've learned to where a child can understand it. That's what I wanted to home. I'm like, they got to get it. So I got to make this palatable to them and their parents, you know what I'm saying? In a I guess not so threatening way per se. But, yeah.
Yeah, I'm. You know, it's just something just popped in my head. What was the 17-year-old Obafemi listening to in the military? And you say you was going to the PX. The PX, y'all, is like a shopping center, y'all. A military Walmart, I would say. What was you listening to, or what was you buying in there?
90, we talking 97, man. So you know, TR, you know, I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So TRU, master, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to that. I was listening to Mac 10, West Side Connection, you know what I'm saying? Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Okay. Okay.
I would listen to Diggable Planets.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had an eclectic mix of just different you know what I'm saying, styles and music, man. So little later when I so at 18, I got my first duty station, I went to Korea. So I was buying a lot of music from my childhood and that I just heard my parents listen to. So I was buying music from the 70s and the 60s. And so I'm just filling up my head with the oldies. I'm Al Green, Marvin Gaye. So that's what I was listening to 17, 18. I was spinning records, Parliament as a teenager, you know what I'm saying, in the 90s. So that's what I was feeding myself, man.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt. You are a founding member of Team RBG, which has established a strong network across the states with other RBGs. What inspired what inspired the formation of Team RBG, and how is it different from any other group or organization that practice Black nationalism, Africanism, and the use of the word? I mean, the use of the red, black, and green flag.
Inspiration for Team RBG, at one point in time, there were, I would say, like state or city chapters for people who were claiming RBG. So Outlaw RBG was like the first crew or clique or organization, you know what I'm saying, out of Atlanta. From there, you had Lone Star RBG down in Dallas, Fort Worth area. Arkansas RBGs came along. QC RBGs, Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. Repat Nation down in Florida. Manefra RBGs up in Memphis. I mean, you had a number of different organizations, and at one point in time, I would say about 2015, there was a development called RBG Nation. And so RBG Nation was supposed to be like the national body of RBGs. But I mean, just from my observation, because I was there, like it wasn't a lot of focus or work done on the organizing side. Like there were some names listed to say this is going to be this position, but the organized body was primarily in your local area. So that's where most of the stuff was. So it really wasn't like a national push as an organized body. Like there were events that were going on where you had RBGs coming together. So Team RBG, I wanted to bring RBGs together to figure out, for one, how did we want to organize ourselves to have more impact with the work that we already are doing. I did see people making comments and stuff like that, like RBG is dead or is dying and stuff like this. And I'm like, yo, I know too many RBGs that's putting in the work consistently, that got good character, that they ain't stopped. And I'm just like, if we were better organized, we could have more impact with what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that was the premise of starting Team RBG, or bringing people to the table. What makes Team RBG, I would say, different? I would say that because we've used social media in a way that other groups have already been formed, and so that initial reach out and connection with people, like some of us knew each other, but a lot of it has been spawned because of the social media. So we were able to connect with different brothers and sisters across the country and outside and on the continent that are part of Team RBG. I think that's one of the things. And the focus on organizational structure, I think, will really set us apart. That the attention to detail as far as vetting process, how you become a part of the organization, what recruitment looks like, dues going on. You got committees, so there's not like there's one particular leader. Somebody's the head, and everybody else got to listen to the head. Like, leadership is the committees. So the work gets disseminated through committees. So each committee is the leadership for Team RBG. So it's not one person or two people that run the show. We run the show. Mm-hmm. Us, though, everybody who comes to the table is the leaders. So,
and I'm glad you said that, because I've been saying for a few years, man, the one leader, two leader, a leader is dead. That thing where we had in the past, we had people in the organization. This was the head man. This was the head woman, or whoever it was the leader, the one leadership. And I think that's where we kind of went wrong in a sense too, because if that leader died, then the whole body, most of the entire body would die, because there was no other leaders, or no one else was groomed to be leaders, or no one else was put in those positions. You know what I'm saying? To show what they can, show what they can do. So I'm glad you established that Team RBG, that we are all leaders, and there are committees that set up, and those people who are over the committees, because we have so many different committees, they are the leaders over that community, and have certain things that they have to get done to facilitate, to keep the Team RBG going. And in that essence, and in that sense, that can't do nothing but build the organization, because now you're grooming other leaders. So if said leader, Obafemi, and whoever else is at the top, if something was to happen to them, God forbid, the organization could live, and it continue to can grow and continue to excel due to the things that happened to us in the past, where the leader dies, or the leader goes to jail, or whatever happens to the leader, and then the body just, fall apart. Here. So I think that's a great thing. I'm glad that you highlighted that, and I hope, for the listening audience and those who go back in that are on the fence with being a part of an organization such as an organization that has that practice black nationalism, Pan-Africanism, RBG, Garveyites, you know what I'm saying, that now you kind of have a sense of what Team RBG does, and what sets Team RBG apart from other organizations. And what I like about the organization is, like, the Team RBG is in the 21st century, meaning that they understand, or the organization understand, the body understand that we are in the 21st century, meaning that we have to advance with the times. We have to move with the times. We can't continue to move and think, in a way that's outdated. We can't think or appropriate or be practitioners of things that happen, that the organizations were doing in the 50s and the 60s. This is 2025. So we have to advance with the times. We have to create a plan and proper propaganda for right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I I definitely love about, Team RBG. So that's just another caveat for those who, may want to join Team RBG. You know what I'm saying? We are definitely moving in the right direction, you know what I'm saying, and staying up, with the times, right? Shout out to everybody in the chat, y'all. Please like and share the show. I appreciate y'all tuning in, supporting our big brother Obafemi. But yeah, man.
Yeah,
The
salute to
team,
everybody in the chat, man.
yeah,
I see the team and they're strong.
yeah, no doubt. And that's what it's supposed to be about, man. We supposed to be supporting each other, man. So appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all showing up, man. For Obafemi, man, because it ain't about me. This show is about Obafemi. So Team RBG, let me see. Do I want to ask that question? Yeah, I'll ask that question next. So Team RBG mixtape, RBG Gumbo, involved from a concept to a fully realized project. What was your emotional journey through that creative process, and what message did you hope to convey through that release?
Man, yeah, the RBG Gumbo, a dynamic mixtape, released on the 24th of December of 2024. I think, man, for the most part, what I was looking at was, again, is like, how can we concentrate the energy that each one of us has as an artist to put a product out that shows or demonstrates Pan-Africanism, for one. Like, so we're not just talking it. The fact that we were able to come together and put this out is an example of the work. You understand what I'm saying? So, and people might say, "Oh man, you just put out some music," but it ain't an easy task to get 20, 22, 23 people together to collectively put some work into a project. You understand what I'm saying? It's not easy. And so the music came in within, maybe 2.5 months, man. The artist response was phenomenal. I mean, it's an eclectic mix of, I would say, flavor. That, we named it Gumbo, griots using music, breaking oppression. And so that the flavor that you get from this mixtape, it just shows you the range of sound and style and dexterity through beat selection, through wordplay. Some folks kind of laid back, some people more aggressive. Like, we got some young cats in there going hard. We got some more seasoned brothers. We got sisters on there going hard. Like, so it's all of that, you know what I'm saying? It's all of that, man, and more. So I was looking for people to be able to grab this mixtape, and for one, this is an example that shows you RBG definitely ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it's very vibrant. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just went into got programs, businesses, institutions. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just I'm online talking about Black Power. People are taking action and demonstrating Black Power. They're demonstrating, what Pan-Africanism is. So, the mixtape is the fuel to the fire. It's for those who, I ain't scared to say it. It's for those who are already doing the work to help keep you motivated. And if those who ain't involved or don't know, hopefully something sparks your ear to say, man, what did he say? Man, let me go look. Let me go find, you know what I'm saying? So it cover all of that to me. It's that dope to whereas the so-called unconscious or may be able to pick up something and they can still vibe with this too. So
yeah, most definitely, man. I appreciate the project, man. I mean, like it was, like I done said this on numerous shows, and I done said this, offline. I was, my battery, man, was on 0.5, man, and me just listening to the album, you reached out and said you wanted to come on the platform. come on and promote the album. And I was like, cool, man. You know, where I can go get the album. Went and bought the album, you know, and, you know, I just going to listen to the album and, you know, see what I get out of the album. And man, I listened to the album, man, and I mean, it took my battery, man, and recharged it. I mean, it damn near blowed the battery up, man. And I ain't lying, dog.
Oh,
You know,
man.
and you know, the album is expiring. You know what I'm saying? It expired me. You know what I'm saying? So I know if it expired me, I know it expired others once, you know, they take a listen to it, man. So it definitely, you know, expired, you know, it expired me. And, you know, it definitely taught me some things. Listen to this album. You know, I feel like I'm uh, a well intelligent brother. I've been in this community a long time, 13, 14 years. And you know, I'm an avid reader, you know, but you know, we learn every day, right? You know what I'm saying? We'll never know everything, right? So this album for me, you know, it taught me some things that I kind of I forgot. It taught me some things that I didn't even, you know, some things that I didn't even know, man. So it's definitely, you know what I'm saying, one of the top albums of, you know, and I'm gonna say this year because y'all put it out in December, but it was going into a new year. So I'm gonna say the top, you know, the best album so far, mixtape of 2025, man.
That's major right there, man. That's major.
Yes, sir. And for me to write, I wrote, you know, and for those listening too, if y'all hadn't, go check out the article on Kofi Piesie written composition, the blog I wrote, and then it's a new one. It's not the same as the other one. Go check out the one in my magazine, the Silly magazine, where I rate the album. You know what I'm saying? So go check that one out as well. And I want, you know, and I just want your thoughts. I mean, I saw the way I'm able to grow, all of us able to grow through critique. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good or bad, we want to hear, you know, from the people, right? So go definitely check it out, man. But again, man, album was phenomenal. I'm gonna read that in just a second. And I was able to meet a bunch of good people, man, just off of the album. Because even listening to the album, the mixtape, and being inspired, you know what I'm saying, and being recharged off of the album, I still didn't know, you know, if I was gonna be, you know what I'm saying, I guess be in communication with other people that inspired me from off the album, or know these other people off the album. And listening to the album, the mixtape, it made me want to know the people. It actually made me, you know, wave my red, black, and green flag again. And also made me, hey, how can I get out? I want to be down. How can I be? You know what I'm saying? So I want to put some work in. I don't just want to be down. I want to be down, and I want to work. I want to add on. You know, I don't want to take away. I want to, you know, be able to add. So, definitely, if you don't have the album, man, go get the album. Where can they get the album at, man? If they don't know where to get the album, if they up under the rock and they don't know where to find the RBG Gumbo album, man, where can they get it at, Obafemi?
Yo, go to www.teamrbg.com and get your album today. It's a digital download. Again, that's www.teamrbg.com. And yeah, you know, it's three separate mixes into one mixtape, 10 songs each mixtape, the red tape, the black tape, the green tape. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got artists from coast to coast, north, south, east, west. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely gonna find something that you not just like, you're gonna love it, man. So yeah, yeah. We still, but it's April, man. And who was that? Gaddafi said, bro, I almost know every song, every lyric for every song on the mix, man. So yeah, man, we still jamming it.
Yep, definitely go get it, man. It's definitely not a, you know, you put it on, you ain't even gotta skip. Just put it in and let it play, then go to the next one, let it play the next one. And that's something, you know, that's rare in this time too, because I listen to stuff, it may be 10 songs, 12. I might not listen to but 3 songs and skip the rest. I'm just being real with you, man. So yeah, definitely go get that. Garrick Shroom says Team RBG is about engaging our youth in our efforts to contribute to the reclaiming of the Black African sovereignty at home and in the diaspora. Build self-reliance community. No doubt, most definitely. That's definitely what we're trying to do.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. Was it Gumbo? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to my bro Freddie. Shout out to Mike Chambers, man.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to Patai in the building.
Yeah, I
Shout
see
out to
over.
Rocka, Jaquim, man. Everybody in the chat.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Be on the lookout for that Black State of Emergency coming next. Yes, sir.
Indeed, yes,
Yes,
indeed.
sir. All right, all right, all right. Man, let's talk about and it's crazy. I had already wrote these. I've been trying to every little chance I get these interviews, I be trying to stay ahead of the curve. So I try to create the flyer as quick as possible. Then I try to do my research as quick as possible so I can get on to the next. And I've been able to keep ahead, so far with things. And we was in the we was chopping it up and we was talking Tuesday and in the music edutainment committee and what's the name, Young Gaddafi had was saying something about your song Terrorist. I say, and what he was saying, I said, dang, did I send him my question? You know what I'm saying? Did I send him my question, man? And so in your track on the Terrorist, on the Red mixtape, you open up with a powerful lyric, cognitive dissonance, colonized indigenous minds, body innocence, European participant, Jesus no deliverance, rebellions, we militant, culturally, we difference. Man, could you break down those lines and even the whole track for the listeners unfamiliar with that context? Man, that's all the way through. I'm talking about the whole thing all the way through, but that just, those bars in particular just caught me.
Yeah, yeah, the track itself, I think I may have mentioned this before, but the track was inspired by another group that's featured on the mixtape, United Front.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Akintunde, shout out to Bomani, shout out to Ambassador Omawale. So they had a track on Harriet Shotgun called Lay Low, and was used the same beat. And Omawale says my name in the song. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm jamming. I'm like, yo, and I don't know what happened, man. I was just on YouTube and I didn't even know what beat it was, but some kind of way the instrumental came on to that song. I'm like, yo, I'm finna write something to this, man. So I just put something down. But I was just thinking about doing a play on words, like the rhyme scheme. Like cognitive dissonance is something that our people deal with in the face of so many things that we've been socialized to believe or forced to accept as true. And then in the face of facts, truth, it's like, I see what you're saying, but I'm struggling with still trying to hold on to this belief. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we having that dissonance. It's like it's that internal conflict that we deal with. Like I know what I'm seeing every day in the mirror, but I've been trained to play this part, and it's almost like what is that? The classic book, the Soul of Black Folks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He said we dealing with that double consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
But that cognitive dissonance, colonized indigenous minds, I mean that's it. Like our minds have been colonized to the degree that we don't recognize who we are and been trained to not love ourselves or accept everybody over ourselves. So it colonized our minds and our bodies too. You know what I'm saying? Even though the book Willie Lynch letter was fictitious, in the letter it said, keep the body, take the mind. You know what I'm saying? So Carter G. Woodson talks about if you control the mind, you ain't got to worry about what they gonna do. You already know what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because the education the miseducation provides the psychology, what's going to instruct them how to move. So that's colonized indigenous minds, bodies, innocence, European participants. Like, hey, we know who we this ain't me placing no blame. They did it. Like, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't you blaming you is like saying, oh, you was playing in the house with your little brother and he knocked it down, but he blamed you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, they did this. That's a fact. You understand? So I'm not blaming them. They get credit for doing what they did because they did it. So I'm not blaming them. That's the European participant. That's them. And people been praying, been praying and waiting on the Lord for centuries. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus ain't delivered us out of this hell. You know what I'm saying? We've tried to utilize it, as best as we could, but we done hit a glass ceiling with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the reality. I mean, folks can hate it, love it. I'm just saying, like, and I'm not knocking folks' belief. I'm just like, we use what we had available to us, and we've done our best push with it. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be no resurgence in it. You know what I'm saying? Because more and more our people are finding their way back home. You know what I'm saying? And uncovering, like, wow, let me find what was we doing prior to Christianity? What was we, so people know that there's other things out here. At one point in time, this is all that's all we knew. So that's what we use. We use what we had. So the rebellion with the militants. We've been fighting, and militancy is not just I got a gun. We've been fighting in every way possible to fight. Hell, even on the plantation, folks was faking sick. I can't work today. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a form of resistance.
It is.
It may not be militant in the most pointed sense of it, but it's a way to resist. You know what I'm saying? We ran away. Like, we've been fighting and resisting for a very long time. That spirit is within us. You got a choice to whether you want to activate that or you want it to lay dormant within your DNA. You know what I'm saying? So my thought process was, me being consciously aware of these things, I gotta this has got to be active in my life for it really to take root and me to carry out certain actions and behaviors and thought process. So our thinking guides our speech and our actions. But yeah, that's we have to, if we understand that we've been warred up on for, I mean, some would say going back to ancient Kemet, you know what I'm saying? We've been warred up on for quite some time. Like, we would understand, like, if you're being warred up on or you're in a war, well, you have to raise warriors. You have to be a man in this society, you have to be a warrior. And you can be a warrior through economics, you can be a warrior through edutainment, education, politics, religion. You got to be a warrior in whatever it is that you're doing, because you already on the battlefield. So that's what I'm saying. Rebellion with militants, like, we got to have that warrior mindset in whatever that it is that we doing, because we at war.
Yes,
So
sir. Most
but yeah,
definitely. Man, that's fire track too, man. I when you first sent it to me, I think I played it before I took a break. I played it damn near every show. Damn near every show, man.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Fire,
I
man.
appreciate it.
What can we look forward to the next Team RBG from Team RBG? Are there any new initiative, projects, collaboration on the horizons that continue to the mission of culture empowerment and grassroots education?
Hmm. Um, when I, yeah, we do have an initiative that's going on right now without giving too much away because some things are in development. But one of the initiatives that is already going on, and shout out to my brother Karanja in Kenya. This brother, young brother, man, developed an initiative called 1212 Solidarity Ubuntu. So you may see on Facebook or Instagram at 1212 on a daily basis, you'll see different people posting 1212. You see alarm clock. It's the solidarity alarm. So what this is to raise awareness at this particular time that we should be doing something in solidarity with one another every day. Even if it's just I pledge allegiance to the red, black, and green, our flag, the symbol of our turn. Even if it's just saying the pledge, you might hop down and do 12 push-ups, do 12 dips. You might recite a quote. You might play some music on your page. You know what I'm saying? You might eat a healthy meal. You might do some jump ropes, jumping jacks, whatever the case may be. You might send a text out to people just as a reminder to say, yo, let's work together. Let's build. Let's grow. Let's develop. But this is a way for us to harness and gather energy. Now, my brother Karanja is in Kenya and working with elementary school to teach them this concept of Ubuntu, of solidarity Ubuntu, teaching them about what the red, black, and green is, teaching them about Marcus Garvey, about what Black Power is from an elementary standpoint. So we're working to push this initiative into more schools, and we're going to bring it here in the United States as well. It'll have a different approach, but we're looking at implementing this and working with African-centered schools here in the U.S. to push the 1212. So set your alarm on your phone to 1212 for that alarm to ring on a daily basis. It's a reminder because it's already happening. It's already brothers and sisters that got the reminder. So that's the way to a small act of solidarity, and we can grow from there.
Most definitely. I definitely got to start participating in that. I definitely I got to get with you and Obi Jumi because that's like what we working on too. That's gonna be like that's the first chapter, and I need to get more familiar with that, and I need to be more active in that. You know what I'm saying? I truly say I hadn't been at 12. I've been seeing them, posted when when I hop online. I see you. I see Obi Wajumi. I see Mike Chambers. I see Rocker. Um, I may be missing one more person. It's about 4 or 5 people I see that's consistent, damn near every day with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely gonna have to get on board and get a little bit more familiar with the young brother over there in Africa as well. You know what I'm saying? And what he's doing, because I definitely want to be able to put that in the literature as well as the work that he's doing over there as well, man. So yep, 12. All right, man. So hip hop, man. How long has it been? How hip hop has long been a powerful tool for resistance and expression. In your view, what solution exists for preserving and promoting hip hop that carries liberating messages, especially for the youth? so that it remains a source of healing, cultural pride, and revolutionary thought?
We have to create the infrastructure to maintain it. And what that means is having our own digital streaming platforms, being able to develop our own IS, like our own barcoding system, so we can track our own.
ISBNs.
Yeah,
Mhm,
we need to develop our own.
mhm.
We need to develop. I would say a system of media networks. Like you got Fox, you got ABC, stuff like this. Like we need some connectivity with our media outlets to be able to share consistent messaging across platforms. So if you on Piesie TV in Mississippi, it come on out in Florida, it come on out there in California, it come on up in, you know what I'm saying? It might be a different face on the network, but again, it's consistent programming. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
So we have to control. We have to be able to put ourselves in a position to control the content of it, and be able to support the networks that we already have. Like we were talking briefly about, there's some African owned digital streaming platform companies. You know what I'm saying? That's owned in Africa. And they need our support. I think so. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I think that will help to open up some doors to where we can control the narrative a little more, as well as developing those relationships to understand why we're doing this. We ain't gonna have that conversation with distro kid, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, pay your money, you get, you know what I'm saying? You put it on there. Ain't no talking involved. You know what I'm saying? But we should be able to develop a relationship and have some conversations with our brothers about what we talking about and why we doing it, why this is important. You know what I'm saying? And sharing that with other artists for them to understand the significance of making these type of moves. It just takes back our power, you know what I'm saying, to control our narrative that much more.
Yes, most definitely, man. I and what, man, and I believe with the group of people that we got, man, I see it, brother. I truly see it. I see us doing everything that we say that we're gonna, that we say we're gonna do. I believe we're gonna have we're gonna push this proper propaganda machine everywhere through the media. I think we're gonna have media outlets everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Or we're gonna have a media outlet. If it's not everywhere, we're gonna have one focus media outlet, that's consistent. I think every aspect of what we need to be having our hands in socially, politically, and economically, man, we're gonna be able to do. I think we'll be able to reverse some of the things, that our youth, especially, I keep talking about our youth, especially, but our youth be able to reverse some of it. So, being African to be cool, you know what I'm saying? Supporting your own race first before you venturing out with somebody else, is cool. You know what I'm saying? Supporting black owned brands and businesses. You gonna patronize them first before you go patronize anybody else. Cause what we doing right now is soon as we own their jobs and then we get paid from them, we go right back and get their money away. We running right back to Walmart, we running into the grocery stores, we running into. So I think, man, we gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get there. We just got to continue to lay the work. We got our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, laid the groundwork, you know what I'm saying, Now we got to come in and frame it up. You know what I'm saying? The next generation to put the roof on there, the generation after that, you know what I'm saying, to put the furniture and the cabinets in there, you know, but we just got to continue to work. We can't get where we need to be if we not, you know, if we're not working, if we're not strategizing, if we not planning, and most important, if we not uniting, you know what I'm saying? Because that is the most important key of it all, of us, is uniting and getting together, and then, you know, planning, strategizing, and then the next most important step, man, is executing, right? You know what I'm saying?
True.
It's that
True.
execution piece, man. And but you know, Team RBG, that's what we doing right now. You know what I'm saying? We doing it all. That's why I say it's no doubt in my mind, man, that we gonna succeed with some of the things that, you know, that we're talking about, man. Especially with the from what I'm seeing, the great group of men and women that's already involved in it, and everybody is you know, on board with, you know what I'm saying, growing the organization, you know, on board with building up the community and not tearing the community, you know, down, you know what I'm saying? Everybody on board with, you know, creating a better future for the children, man. So we definitely, man, we on task, we on goal. The ancestors is smiling on us, man, and we gonna continue to get it you know, get it in, man. Anybody got any questions? I know Patah, you know, you told me he been been commenting a little bit. RB Patah, you said you was gonna keep it open up for you, brother. You got anything? Anybody got anything for our brother Obafemi before we close the show out, man? Anybody got anything?
I see a couple of questions in the chat.
Where they at?
And shout out to Dito Green too. I left him out of United Front as well, man. Shout out to Dito Green. Rocker got a question.
Okay, let me see if I can find. Here, shout out to bro Rocker, Rock Monster.
Yeah.
He is this it?
Yeah.
Your production style of Boom Blast, being from Arkansas, who are your musical and production influence?
Oh man, yeah. Being from Arkansas, man. Yeah, you know, we like, of course, we in the South, but you know, they would consider Arkansas the Mid-South, right? So, I mean, you know, we growing up, we heard the Memphis sound, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's always gonna be an influence. So, listen to like Memphis underground music. It was like, yo, we were getting them tapes back in, you know, the early mid 90s, man, when 3-6 was 666 Mafia, and
Yes, sir.
Tom Ski Mask and
sir.
DJ Squeaky, and you know what I'm saying, Tommy Wright the Third,
Yes,
man,
sir.
Player Fly and all of that.
Yes.
So you know, I grew up on that, man. But you take it down to New Orleans, and then No Limit, Cash Money, you know what I'm saying, all of that to DJ Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up on all of that, man. But also, you know, when I first heard hip hop, like, I didn't have no concept of regions. It was just the music. Mm-hmm. So, of course, the music was coming out of New York. So that's what I got introduced to. So, you know, Houdini, UTFO, and all of that type of stuff. But production-wise, I started producing I was like 2000, 2001. I start producing, making music, or learning to produce. And I was heavy into sampling. So I had the record player, the whole nine, you know what I'm saying? So me and my brother would go buy the records. So I'm sampling straight from the records. So soul music, you know, has always been a big part of my life. So the boom bap come from like listening to Knife Wonder, because I love Little Brother, the work what he did with them. I listened to a lot of DJ Premier, because I was rocking with Guru, you know what I'm saying, Gangstar.
Yes, sir.
I listened to a lot of Mad Lib from out there in Cali, MF Doom. I listened to a lot of, so that I was like, I'm trying to blend that boom bap sound with the southern style of, you know what I'm saying, like coming out of Memphis and New Orleans. Like Arkansas don't really have a defined sound, but it's like blues. Like Arkansas is the blues, you know what I'm saying? So I try to incorporate all of them elements into my production style, you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. We got some more questions. Yeah, Garrett Shroud said, man, it's on the set. Like the show now. Like up the show, and
Yeah, man. Go share it.
Yeah, please share it. And also, if you ain't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Don't just come on here. This is y'all home as well, man. So please subscribe to the channel. Please share. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Where I want to go next. Okay. Patah, RBG Patah. Shout out to Patah. He says, can you please explain the mission statement of Team RBG?
The mission statement of Team RBG. So the mission statement is to culturally connect with and empower our youth through the 9 areas of people activity. The 9 areas of people activity are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. And of course, the purpose is to help us facilitate African sovereignty. So that's the end. We're talking about the end goal is we're trying to get closer to being a sovereign people. I'm not talking about the sovereignty movement. That ain't what I'm talking about. We're talking about nation building. So we're not talking. This ain't claiming your nationality. That's not what I'm talking about. Nation building and claiming nationality is 2 totally different things. We're talking about nation building is a process. You understand what I'm saying? Claiming your nationality is something else. So I just wanted to be clear. Our Team RBG's mission is to culturally connect with and empower our youth through all the areas of people activity. We also want to be a propaganda machine to help correct the messaging about who and what we are as a people. So that's a lot of where our work is centered in as of right now.
Most definitely. Son the Great said, who is your favorite artist in the last 5 years?
Oh man, that's a hard one, man. Yeah, that's a hard one. My favorite artist in the past 5 years, man. Listen, I'm just being honest. Like I don't really listen to too much. I would say secular music, like stuff that's on the radio. Like I don't really hear it. So I really be tuned into the stuff that we do. Like so, folks who make music that's in the like that's who I'm listening to for the most part, or I'm listening to old school. So I can't really speak on too many. I know of some artists, but to say they my favorite, like, I mean, I can rock with Kendrick. I can listen to Kendrick Lamar music. You know what I'm saying? It's palatable for me. But I ain't gonna push nobody down to go get his CD like that. But yeah, I rock with him. There's a group, I don't know where they from, but they call Coast Contra.
Oh, yes, sir. I think they from out of I don't know if they from California, somewhere from California, I think they are. Or they from California in the Philadelphia area somewhere, but them boys hard. Boys hard.
Yeah. I love what them brothers do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rock with them. That's off the top. That's off the top of my head. I can name them too, but like I said, I don't really. Man, I started listening to the radio in 2005. Man, just what I'm saying. Being honest, like so, I hear music. I know of some some of the artists, but I ain't really. I talk to the children to try to get some updates, but I don't actively listen to a lot of it. I'll take some time and just go listen to what's popular today so I can kind of stay abreast. But I hadn't done enough listening to have that many favorites.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot one more question, but hold on. Mintu, you said those are the sons of Razzcast, bro. What
Yeah.
Are they?
Coach Country, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Bro, I did not know that. I did not know that. And I've seen when they first came, before they got popular, you know what I'm saying, with their freestyles and stuff that they was putting on. They was just getting on the scene. I didn't know they were and I watched them over the last maybe 2 to 3 years, how popular and got their freestyles, you know what I'm saying? A lot of their freestyles been going viral, sitting off in the room at the round table spitting, man. So I definitely didn't know that. I definitely didn't know that. Yeah. I meant to, I'm gonna hit you up today, man, too, man, tonight, man. Sometime tonight, you be up like I be up, man. I be up at 3:00. If I click on Facebook, I see his green light on. I said, Minto up too.
Yeah.
We'll go to one more. We'll go to this in here. What he said, what is the Pilgrim Massacre? RBG Patah.
All right. So the Pilgrims Massacre is an RBG event started by my sister Elnora or Afia Wesley out of Little Rock. And so it is the longest running RBG event in the nation right now. So this year will be year number 12 that this event has been going on. But the RBG Pilgrims Massacre dinner, concert and dinner. So you got RBG artists that come from around the country to perform. We have vendors there. My sister Eleanor has a vegan soul food shop called Home or the House of Mental Eatery in Little Rock, Arkansas. That's on Martin Luther King Drive in Little Rock. So she, had the food laid out. Shout out to Artifacts. Artifacts gonna always be in the building with the hottest gear. You know what I'm saying, in the nation, man. You're gonna find. So make sure you definitely want to come check out this year. Gonna be last year it was in North Little Rock, and we had a great time. So shout out to Arizona RBG's OBFC, our Black Fathers Committee came down. Shout out to Patah, came all the way from Brooklyn to the massacre. Shout out to Ty G, Sister Chuma. Man, it was great to see so many brothers and sisters in the place, man. So we going up again this year. Shout out to my brother Freddie Savage, GSC Community Guard. That's my brother. It been holding it down, you know what I'm saying? So man, we working. Shout out to Son the Great as well, man. Son the Great is he messing with me in the chat.
Well, what's the date on that?
So again, the name is the Pilgrims Massacre. So typically it's the weekend of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
It's the weekend of Thanksgiving.
I may try to ride down there. It's about 5.5 hours. It's the same distance as me going to Memphis. So we be in Memphis. We used to be in Memphis a whole lot. So we used to drive to Memphis. Memphis is like 5.5 hours. So, and that's the same way. Arkansas the same way. So I'm definitely gonna try to pull up on y'all this year, man. Y'all just don't be acting brand new when I come down that night.
Oh
Don't be
no,
acting.
bro. Listen, no, ain't gonna be none of that, man. It's all love, bro. It's all,
Yeah,
man. I hate I didn't get a chance to come down the other week, man. But
yeah.
I'll be down in Jackson next weekend. So
Oh, for sure. I'll just let me know, man. I'm gonna. I ain't. I ain't but 55 minutes from Jackson, so that ain't no problem. So I'll shoot back up there. 'Cause me and my wife had went up there. We stayed a day and came on
okay.
back, man. But cause she sure asked her, "Don't we gotta meet?" I said, "Nah, they didn't even come. We they had some other stuff going on or whatever." So you'll get a chance to. I'll probably come by myself when you come this time. But I want you to meet my wife or whatever. She my road dog. So when I'm traveling, if I'm flying or I'm driving, she right beside me, man. That's
For
my
sure.
that's my
That's
road dog,
beautiful,
man.
man. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep,
man.
man. So I appreciate you again, man, for coming on the platform. You like I said, you've been on here quite a few times now, man. This is your home. So you know what I'm saying? Welcome back home, man. Anytime you want to come on here, man, for anything, or you just want to use the platform, brother, it's all yours, man. It's all love, man. Where
Hey,
if
I appreciate
anybody,
you, bro. I appreciate you, your time, man. The questions on point, man. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate you, brother.
no problem, man. So for people that want to reach out to you, Obi, can you give them your socials?
Yeah, so to reach out to me personally, man, I'm on all my music is on all streaming platforms with MCE, of course, as well as you'll find at 9Obafemi, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, 9OBAFEMI. So yeah, if y'all want to get at me, holler at me. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll respond.
Yeah, tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in. They throwing up some dates on here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Team RBG coming to Atlanta for the RBG Music Festival. That's in Black August. So be on the lookout. Team RBG will be converging on the ATL
yes,
in
sir.
in Black August. So
I will be
also,
there.
yeah. Make sure y'all tap into Vengeance Radio as well. You know what I'm saying? The hottest conscious hip hop, revolutionary hip hop, black power hip hop is all on Vengeance Radio, man. So shout out to Son the Great, man, for all the work you putting in over there, bro.
Sir.
Is much appreciated, man. Shout out to Jakim. I'm trying to make sure I hit the whole team. Shout out to my sis Aminatu, Baba and Zofu. I think Obo Ajumi out in DC with the Sankofa conference this weekend. So yeah, man. Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to Ty G, man. Yo, let me tell this quick story real quick, man. My brother Ty G. Yo, so we did a show down in Dallas. Pan African Connection brought us out to Dallas to perform for the Malcolm X festival. You know what I'm saying? And so we got a song called Working on Myself, MCE. Yo, my brother Ty G bust out doing push-ups, you know what I'm saying, in front of the stage, man. So, yo, I was like, yo, that's like, yo, you got something if the song motivate, the song called Working on Myself, and bro got him a workout in, man, to the song right out there in front of the crowd, man. So yeah, shout out to Ty G, man. That's my brother.
Yeah, most there. Shout out to I can't think of the elder name. What's her name that owned the Pan African Connection? She allowed me to come out there last year, and I
Mama
did a book. Yes, and I bought a move. I reserved myself because I normally go crazy. I'm in a bookstore,
yeah,
the money, man. And so
man.
I bought a few books to support her, you know what I'm saying? And I brung her some gift for allowed me because she allowed me to come all the way from Mississippi. That's a 7.5, almost 8 hour drive. And she allowed me to have my book signed in there, you know what I'm saying? So I had my book signing at the Pan African connection up there, man, and met her sons and networked with a few people up there, man. So shout out to her, man. And you know, again, yeah, shout out to Son, the Great Vengeance Radio, man. Like you said, man, go tap into it. They gonna be on next week. I'm so excited. I like the Vengeance gonna be on here next week, y'all. I'm excited about that. Tomorrow we got our brother Stig Stigalo. Stig Stigalo will be here next week. Oh no, be here tomorrow. I'm sorry, he'll be on the platform tomorrow.
Activated. Shout out to Stig, man.
Yes, sir. You will be blacktivated.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So we got, we got quite a good show. So we got him tomorrow. Next Saturday we got the whole Vengeance crew. So we'll have all of them on at one time, the Vengeance, and then we'll be back the following. Well, we'll be back the next day. We'll be back with Jakeem. We'll be back with that brother. So we'll be on. So we got quite a few good interviews that's lined up, man. Again, brother, I appreciate you, man, for coming on, man. And I'll be talking with you tomorrow. Tomorrow.
For sure. You already know.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, again, man, peace. Power, peace, and Black African power, man.
Peace.
And we'll see y'all, man, when we see y'all. Peace. I'm gonna leave y'all with my brother's song again, Terrorists, and we out of here.
RBG Gumbo mixtape. I love it all. Salute.
Cognitive dissonance, colonized indigenous minds, bodies, innocence, European participants, Jesus no deliverance, rebellion with militants, culturally different, rape, murder incidents, substance no equivalence, lyrical abolitionists, ancestral reverence, soul music the resonance, mind sharp like elephants, melanin glow, elegance, imperial pestilence, governmental negligence, miracle black excellence, manipulate the elements, formulate with eloquence, bar to social relevance, United Snakes decadence, African-centered preference, my people set the precedence, MCE the delegates, go and check the references, get it out the sediment, evaporate impediments, this that shit excrement, our story indefinite, saying cover by increments, body temple instrument, tuned into the infinite, over.
RBG Gumbo mixtape. I love it all. Salute.